Imagine walking through a dense, green forest, sunlight spilling through the branches, birds singing softly in the distance. Everything feels ordinary until you hear a story that seems almost unbelievable. Somewhere in northern Finland, there exists a tree that can grow gold. Not in fairy tales, not in myths, but in real scientific reality. Yes, you heard that right. A tree that produces tiny particles of pure gold inside its leaves. This is not fantasy. It's a discovery that has stunned scientists around the world. Researchers from the University of Oulu in Finland have been studying the natural relationship between trees, soil, and the minerals hidden beneath the Earth's surface. In their study, they found something extraordinary. Microscopic gold nanoparticles inside the leaves of Norway spruce trees growing near the Kittila gold mine. What's even more surprising is that these particles weren't just clinging to the leaves from the outside. They were found inside the leaves, embedded deep within the layers where bacteria live. The scientists collected 138 samples from 23 different spruce trees. When they analyzed them under powerful microscopes, they discovered that in 4 of those trees, gold nanoparticles had formed right inside the leaf tissues. It wasn't just a coincidence. Something inside the tree, or more precisely, inside the bacteria living in the tree, was helping transform dissolved gold from the soil into solid gold particles. To understand how this happens, you need to imagine what life is like beneath the forest floor. The soil near a gold deposit often contains tiny amounts of metal ions, microscopic fragments of gold dissolved in water. Normally, plants absorb water and minerals through their roots to survive. But some plants have an extra advantage. They host special microbes that help them process these minerals. In the case of the Norway spruce, the bacteria inside its needle-like leaves seem to act like tiny alchemists, transforming invisible gold ions into solid gold nanoparticles. This process is known as biomineralization, and it's one of the most fascinating natural phenomena on Earth. It's the same process that allows seashells to harden, coral reefs to form, and even bones to grow stronger. Nature has always had its ways of creating minerals. But to think that it can also produce gold inside a living plant is almost magical. The scientists who made this discovery weren't even looking for treasure. They were studying how plants interact with the environment around mines, trying to understand how ecosystems adapt to the presence of metals. But what they found could open up completely new doors in science and technology. If bacteria in trees can create gold, could we one day use plants to extract precious metals from the soil in an eco-friendly way? Imagine growing forests that help clean the environment and also produce microscopic amounts of gold. It sounds like science fiction, yet it's real. The bacteria involved in this process are still being studied, but early results suggest they belong to a group of microbes that are already known for their resilience. These microorganisms survive in extreme environments, from deep sea vents to toxic mine waste, and they can use metals to fuel their metabolism. Inside the Norway spruce leaves, they appear to take in dissolved gold ions and chemically reduce them into solid particles. The result is that tiny flecks of gold are trapped inside the leaf tissue, invisible to the human eye, but detectable under the microscope. When scientists first saw the glimmer of gold nanoparticles in the samples, they could hardly believe it. To confirm the finding, they used advanced imaging and chemical analysis techniques. The evidence was clear. Gold was truly present, not as contamination, but as a natural result of microbial activity. This discovery could change the way we think about the connection between biology and geology. For centuries, humans have mined gold by digging into the earth, crushing rock, and using chemicals to separate out the precious metal. But nature might have been doing something similar all along, slowly, silently, and on a microscopic scale. Trees growing above gold deposits may have been turning trace amounts of metal into solid gold right before our eyes, hidden in their leaves. It also raises an exciting possibility for exploration. Scientists believe that studying the mineral content of plants could help locate underground deposits without destructive mining. In other words, trees could become natural indicators of where gold or other metals lie buried beneath the surface. This technique, called biogeochemical exploration, is already used in some parts of the world. But discoveries like this one make it even more promising. The Norway spruce, common across the forests of northern Europe, might now be known as the gold tree. But it's not alone. Around the world, certain plants and their symbiotic microbes are known to absorb metals like nickel, copper, and even uranium. Some of these species are called hyperaccumulators because they can store metals in concentrations that would kill most other plants. Scientists are exploring whether these natural processes could be harnessed for sustainable mining or environmental cleanup. A field known as phytomining uses plants to draw metals out of the soil. Once the plants have absorbed the metals, they can be harvested and processed to extract the valuable materials. This could provide a cleaner, greener alternative to traditional mining, which often causes pollution and habitat destruction. The discovery of gold-producing bacteria in spruce leaves could bring phytomining a step closer to reality. But even beyond its practical implications, this finding reminds us of how deeply connected life on Earth truly is. Gold, a metal that humans have prized for beauty, wealth, and power for thousands of years, may also be part of nature's hidden chemistry of survival. Inside the quiet green needles of a spruce tree, unseen bacteria are at work, transforming invisible elements into something brilliant. It's as if nature herself is performing an ancient experiment, showing that life can thrive and create beauty even from the most unlikely materials. As research continues, scientists hope to identify exactly which bacterial species are responsible for this transformation and how they manage it at a molecular level. Understanding that process could lead to innovations in nanotechnology, medicine, and environmental science. Gold nanoparticles, after all, are already used in high-tech fields, from electronics to cancer treatments. Imagine producing them naturally, without toxic chemicals or industrial waste, using the power of plants and microbes. In a world where we often think of progress as something man-made, this discovery is a humbling reminder that nature has been innovating for billions of years. The idea that a living tree can create gold challenges everything we thought we knew about biology, geology, and chemistry. It tells us that life is not just about survival, it's about transformation. So the next time you walk through a forest, look at the trees around you and imagine what secrets they might be hiding inside their leaves, somewhere in the silent partnership between roots. A soil and microscopic life, nature might be weaving treasures of its own, not for wealth or fame, but as part of the endless, astonishing story of life on Earth.